Let me ask you something straight up, brother. Have you ever been with a woman who suddenly shivered when you touched her? Not because she was cold, but because your touch lit her up from the inside? Most men never experience that. They fumble around, grabbing at the obvious spots, missing the real triggers. Meanwhile, the guys who get it, the ones who make women melt with just a fingertip, they know something you don't. Here's the truth. A woman's body has hidden pleasure points, 9 of them. And if you know where they are and how to touch them, she won't just like you, she'll crave you. But here's where most men fail. They rush, they grope, they take instead of commanding. A Stoic doesn't beg for a woman's desire, he earns it. Today I'm giving you the map, 9 secret spots. 9 ways to make her breath hitch, her skin flush, her body lean into yours without thinking. And the best part? 95% of men will never even know spot number 7 exists. But you're about to become the exception, so pay attention. This changes everything. Here's the brutal reality check, brother. Most men think if they just touch a woman more, she'll automatically want them. So they go in too fast, too hard, grabbing her waist like she's a piece of furniture, slinging an arm over her shoulder like they're claiming territory. And then they wonder why she freezes up, why she starts making excuses to leave, why that number they got last weekend never texts back. Let me tell you about Paul. Good guy, successful, but he kept getting friend-zoned after first dates. Know why? Because every time he went for a goodbye hug, he'd clamp down like he was trying to imprint himself on her. No subtlety, no awareness, just grip and hope. The last straw, he met Sarah. Smart, beautiful, totally his type. They're having a great conversation, chemistry's there. Then on the walk home, he panics and goes straight for her waist like he's trying to steer a shopping cart. She stiffened up so fast he might as well have tasered her. That was their last date. And here's what kills me. Paul's not a bad guy. He just never learned that your hands aren't just tools, they're your most powerful language. Right now, most men are using that language like a caveman grunting at a woman, smashing through subtle cues, missing every signal. But you're about to learn how to speak it fluently. Now we get to the good stuff. These 9 spots, they're your new arsenal. But remember, this isn't about tricks. It's about understanding her body better than she does. Spot number 1, the inner wrist. Your secret handshake with her nervous system. Here's where most men screw up right out the gate. They go straight for the obvious spots when the real magic's in the subtle ones. That soft patch of skin on the inside of her wrist? That's direct access to her arousal wiring. When you trace slow circles there with your thumb, not like some nervous fidget, but like you're reading her pulse, something biological happens. Oxytocin starts flowing. That's the cuddle hormone, the same one that bonds mothers to babies. Here's a pro tip. Next time you're sitting together, wait for her to laugh at something. That's your moment. Take her hand like you're going to hold it, but instead let your thumb find that sweet spot. Watch her breath catch just a little. Spot number 2, the neck whisper zone, where breath becomes a weapon. Right below the ear, where her neck meets her jawline, this is hallowed ground, brother. Harvard researchers found this spot triggers instant shivers. But here's what they didn't tell you. It's not just about the touch, it's about the anticipation. Try this. Lean in like you're going to whisper something. Let your lips almost brush that spot. Then pause. Make her wait for it. When you finally let your breath graze there as you speak, that's when you'll feel that little tremble. Warning, this isn't for first dates. This is for when she's already leaning into your space, when her pupils are dilated. That's when you claim this territory. Spot number 3, the small of the back. How to say mine without words. This is where boys become men. That dip right above her hips. When you place your hand there to guide her through a crowd, you're doing 3 things at once. 1, showing protection. 2, demonstrating leadership. 3, sending a primal signal. But here's the key. It's not a grab. It's a firm, confident pressure that says I've got you. And when she doesn't pull away, that's your green light. Spot number 4, the hairline, the forgotten erogenous zone. Most men never think to touch here, which is exactly why you should. That delicate area where her neck meets her skull, full of nerve endings directly connected to her pleasure centers. When you're sitting behind her on the couch, let your fingers casually play with the baby hairs there. Not like you're petting a dog, more like you're fascinated by how soft they are. It'll relax her while simultaneously turning her on. That's the paradox you want. Spot number 5. The inner knee. The forbidden tease. This is where things get interesting. That soft skin just above her knee, it's like a back door into her arousal system because no one touches there casually. In the car, let your hand accidentally brush there when reaching for something. At dinner, let your knee bump into hers first. If she doesn't move away, let your fingers drift up just an inch. The key is to make it seem unintentional while watching her reaction like a hawk. Remember, the first man to discover fire didn't just rub sticks together, he paid attention to the spark. That's what you're doing here. Spot number 6. The earlobe, where bad boys go right and nice guys go wrong. Most men think earplay means going straight for the French kiss of the earlobe. Wrong. Dead wrong. That delicate fold of flesh is like the safety on a gun. You don't just yank it. Here's how it's done. When you're close enough that you can smell her perfume, let your thumb and forefinger find that soft, fleshy part of her lobe. Apply just enough pressure that she feels it, not enough to hurt. Then, and this is crucial, exhale warm breath across it as you let go. Why this works? A 2016 study in the Archives of Sexual Behavior found women associate this specific touch with forbidden desire. It triggers that delicious conflict between I shouldn't like this and I can't help myself. Pro tip: if she tilts her head to give you better access, congratulations, you've just been handed the keys to the kingdom. Spot number 7. The collarbone, the underrated canvas of seduction. Most men stare at breasts like they're reading the morning paper. Meanwhile, there's a real masterpiece right above, that elegant dip where her collarbone catches the light. When she's wearing something that shows this area, and she will if she's into you, use one finger to trace from the outer edge toward her throat. Not in some dramatic vampire motion, but like you're following a map to buried treasure. Why this matters? Women report feeling seen when men notice this spot. It shows you appreciate her entire form, not just the obvious parts. And when you combine this with spot number 2, now you're playing 4D chess. Warning, this isn't the move for crowded bars. This is for intimate moments when the world has faded to just the two of you. Spot number 8, the palm. How hand-holding became a power move. Think hand-holding is for middle schoolers? Think again. The palm is ground zero for nonverbal communication. Early dates? Use the thumb stroke, lightly running your thumb along the base of hers while holding hands. It's innocent enough to pass the friend test, but intimate enough to spark something deeper. When things get serious, that's when you go for the full interlaced grip, especially during emotional moments. Research shows this releases oxytocin while subtly reinforcing your connection. Stoic insight: the way a man holds a woman's hand says everything about how he'll hold her heart. Be firm but never crushing, present but never possessive. Spot number 9, the inner thigh, the nuclear option. We've saved the most powerful for last. The inside of her thighs isn't just an erogenous zone, it's a psychological checkpoint. Touch here too soon and you're done. Touch here at the right moment and, well, let's just say you won't be sleeping alone. For dating, start with accidental brushes when sitting close. If she doesn't recoil, let your hand rest slightly higher each time. The key is making each advance seem unplanned. For committed men, the slow tease is your weapon. Trace upward with feather-light touches, stopping just short of where she wants you most. When she grabs your hand to pull it where she needs it, that's when you know you've won. Final wisdom: these spots aren't buttons to push, they're notes to play. Learn their music, master their rhythm. And above all, remember, the greatest seduction isn't in the touching, it's in the anticipation. Before we wrap this up, we need to talk about the 3 touches that will destroy everything we just built. Number 1, the dead fish shoulder pat. This is how you greet your Aunt Edna at Thanksgiving. When you do this to a woman you're interested in, you might as well shout, "I see you as a sister." That limp, lifeless tap on the shoulder, is the kiss of death. It's the universal sign of I'm terrified to actually touch you. Number 2. The aggressive waist grab. I get it. You see movies where the guy sweeps the woman off her feet with one bold move. But in real life, that sudden clutch at her waist before she's ready feels like being tackled, not seduced. Watch her shoulders hunch up like a turtle retreating into its shell. That's your failure in real time. Number 3, the stiff high five. Oh God, just no. Nothing kills sexual tension faster than slapping palms like you're celebrating a touchdown. Unless you're actually on a football field, this is how you turn potential passion into instant brozone material. Here's the golden rule. If your touch wouldn't make her catch her breath just a little, if it wouldn't make her skin tingle after you pull away, then don't do it. Better no touch than the wrong touch. Because here's what most men never understand. Women don't remember what you said half as long as they remember how you made them feel. In every sense of the word. I want you to pick one of these spots, just one, and use it tonight or this week. Could be as simple as tracing her wrist when she hands you a drink. Could be letting your hand rest on that small of her back when you guide her through a door. Then I want you to come back here and tell me what happened. Drop a comment if you felt that spark. Tell me which spot worked for you. This isn't just about me teaching. It's about you proving to yourself that this works. And listen closely, because next time I'm revealing something even more powerful. How to know if she wants to sleep with you, the body language signals 95% of men miss. The women you're dating are giving you these signals right now, and you're not seeing them. Smash that subscribe button, because you're not going to want to miss this one. Remember what separates the master from the amateur. The amateur grabs what he wants. The master creates an invitation so compelling she can't help but accept. Now go forth, but go wisely.